talking about some other countries that have made it to the list of the most, let's say, attractive tourist destinations. Despite widespread concerns about its pollution, China, with 5 cities, tops the World Travel and Tourism rankings. That's according to the World Travel and Tourism Council. The council in a report says that these are the world's top 5 fastest growing cities in terms of tourist numbers. It says that in turn adds to economic growth and creates jobs. Clearly, China is a dominant player in the tourism market. What's interesting from an Indian point of view is that Delhi figures a very respectable 7th on the list with a growth of 10.8%. Meanwhile, Manila figures slightly higher at 10.9%. Kuala Lumpur and Jakarta come lower at 10%. So what exactly makes Delhi so popular? It's just a few hours drive from attractions like the Taj Mahal in Agra to cities like Jaipur and Udaipur. Tourism contributes close to 10% to India's GDP, and last year it created more than 40 million jobs. Perhaps the rankings could improve if India is able to clean up its cities, including Delhi, bring down pollution levels and educate the public about how to deal with tourists, whether Indian or foreign. Incidentally, tourism is expected to grow by 6.7% this year itself. Now, crime is, of course, on the rise in Europe, and hardly a day passes without an incident or two being highlighted in the media. The police and the victims receive their share of the spotlight, but those who stop to help potential victims are the real unsung heroes. 18-year-old Adrian Zawerian of the tiny alpine town Innsbruck is one such. Adrian joins us live from his home in Austria to talk about why he was presented a citation and a glass plaque earlier this week, expressing thanks to this courageous citizen. And this young man has an India connection too. His mother is from Mumbai. Adrian, good evening. Thanks for joining us. Why were you and your 2 friends awarded earlier this week?
Because we stopped the guy from raping the woman, and the police could have arrested him. Otherwise, if we wouldn't be there, he could have gone and they could not find him anymore. And so this is from the government, some, I don't know how to call it, to award the people because they helped the police in, what's it called in English, in Fälle aufklären.
Right, Adrian, I'm not certain what exactly that word means, but this is clearly an incentive offered by the police there. Can you take us through exactly what happened that night?
Driving in the car, we were driving past the gas station, and we were seeing 2 people at the gas station, and first we thought they were fighting, 2 guys or discussing something. And then we looked closer, we saw it's a girl and a woman and a guy. So we turned around, we checked again what's going on. So we were looking closer, and we saw that the guy was trying to rape her. They were fighting because she fell on the floor and he had no pants on and she either. So we thought they were he was trying to rape her. So we called the police to tell them, and luckily, they were 2 minutes away from the gas station.
Right.
And then they came also immediately, and they arrested the guy.
Weren't you scared, Adrian? After all, this man could have had a weapon on him, a gun. He could have shot you or your friends. Weren't you scared?
No. We didn't think of this first in the situation. Afterwards, we thought of maybe he could have a gun, but when you see the situation, you don't think of this, first of all. So afterwards, you start thinking he could have a gun, but before we didn't think of this.
Okay, what was going on in your mind at the time when you saw all of this happening?
I don't know, I couldn't believe this, but I'm seeing that a guy is trying to rape a woman. Never seen this in my life, so we didn't know what to do, so we called the police quickly, and then we...
Well, Adrian, we applaud you for your bravery, for your courage, and of course for doing something that perhaps not very many people would think of immediately. Appreciate you also taking out the time to speak with us this evening on WION.